Mom? 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 Jeez, Mom.
What? 60, I'm not dead. Think for a moment when you fell in love. You had butterflies in your tummy, you couldn't eat, you couldn't sleep. You couldn't wait to be together. Every moment you were thinking about them. Well, that's not going to happen to you when you fall in love with walking. But this is a relationship that can last a lifetime. And guess what? Walking doesn't snore, nor does it have a headache every night. So let's go. According to the Mayo Clinic, not to be confused with the other Mayo Clinic in my last video, there are many positive physical benefits to walking. First of which that many of us are interested in is to lower our body fat and maintain an ideal body weight. As well, physical endurance. That is something that really we all could use. Improve our cardio fitness. We all want a healthy heart. We want to improve our muscle endurance. We want to improve our balance and coordination. And who doesn't want more energy? So these are things that are fabulous, and it all sounds good when I'm telling you. But you know, when I was a little girl, my mom made me take castor oil once a month, and she told me that it was good for me. But I didn't see any bloody results, and so I didn't want to keep taking it because generally people want positive reinforcement. We want to know that what we're saying is good for us is actually good for us. So we all need positive feedback in order to persist in an activity. According to Penn State University, really interesting study actually, they found that you were more likely to persist in an activity if that activity was related to competence as opposed to like just winning a prize. And why is that? Because none of us want to be involved in an activity that everybody else finds easy and we can't do because it lowers our self-esteem and it can be like a little bit humiliating. So at this point, I'm going to tell you that adding walking to your daily routine is not necessarily going to be easy. You're going to have to plan, you're going to have to add the time, you're going to have to get yourself together and be organized, and that's not necessarily going to just be a piece of cake. So, but the rewards are going to be there, and you are going to see results, and you're going to see them very, very fast. And as if the physical benefits are not enough, the Mayo Clinic has also documented a vast number of things mentally that this improves our mental health walking. It improves our mood, it reduces stress, it releases tension, it improves our memory and our sleep. I personally think of walking as my moving meditation. Instead of just sitting, I like to walk. I get to clear my head. I get to talk to myself, and I don't talk back. It's a time that I can think things through, and I can also return phone calls if I want. And I'm not just sitting at a desk. And this gives me time. And so make that me time because you deserve it and you are worth it. So a lot of people ask me where I'm from. This is Main Street, Unionville, which is part of Markham in Ontario, Canada, and this is exactly 17 minutes or 2,400 steps from my house, if we're counting steps, which we are. And this beautiful town is the home of many features that you have seen on TV. Like, if you want to look right across the street, you might recognize the Blouse Bar from Schitt's Creek. This is also the home of the Gilmore Girls, many episodes of Suits. There's a new movie out with Blake Lively, A Simple Truth.
Simple Favor.
Oh, A Simple Favor. and many, many more. And you know what?
Luke Steiner's actually right behind us from Gilmore Girls.
From Gilmore Girls. And actually, you know what? Once a year, although it has been on hold for COVID, they have a Gilmore Girls reunion. It's like crazy here. You have no idea. But it is so beautiful, and I feel so lucky. And to be honest, I walk here probably at least 6 days a week. So on top of your walking meditation and returning phone calls, you know, there's a few things that you might like to try that you haven't tried before. You know, try some music. I suggest, and what works for me sometimes, is to put on workout mixes. It really keeps your pace up, and it can be a fun, upbeat way. And you know what? People will be looking at you and thinking you are having one heck of a good time. On top of that, I've just recently tried audiobooks, and that's been different. I hadn't tried that before, and I'm really liking that. But for me, let me just tell you, podcasts. I am the True Crime Podcast Queen. I'm expecting any time now for the FBI to come along and try to recruit me as a profiler because I am that good. And there's a few podcasts that I'll recommend to you, and one is Swindled. It is so great. Never mind the guy's voice at first. At first you think, what is this voice? The guy's really putting it on, but he is great. So Swindles is great. It's like a white collar kind of crime thing. Dr. Death, the doctor that, believe me, you do not want to go to. In the Dark, the famous Curtis Flowers story that went on and on and on. I'm not going to tell you the end, but it's amazing. So try podcasts. You know what? It's a really great way to hook you in. Another couple things that I want to suggest to you about walking is try to walk where you can come out your front door and start walking, or when you're at work and you get off the subway or you get off the bus or whatever. I'm going to sort of discourage always having to drive to a walking destination. Leave that for a nice Sunday afternoon when you want to drive somewhere to a beautiful conservation area or something of that nature, because it gives you one more excuse to not walk. And you really don't want to add another excuse. You really want to just be able to walk. Watch out for the walking buddy thing. I think having a walking buddy is wonderful. But remember, it's your workout. So try to get a walking buddy that has the same goals or similar goals and is the same level as you. If you end up with somebody that's a lot slower, you're going to be really accommodating them. And also, if they don't come and they don't show up, then I don't want you to not show up, because this is for you. So be careful about the walking buddy thing. Maybe certain days of the week, don't make it always dependent that you can't walk unless you're both walking, because I just don't want it to set you up for not being able to follow through, because that's a difficult thing. That was 3.5 minutes?
Yeah.
Because I talked too much.
Yeah, my arms are actually going to die.
On a general note, please make sure that you have some kind of a tracker. I have an Apple Watch, have a Fitbit, or an app on your phone. Be accountable. Track your steps. Don't just say, yeah, I think I did enough. You know what? This makes sure that you do. Then wear proper shoes. If you're working, carry your working shoes and wear some proper running shoes, because you don't want to get injured and you want to stay comfortable. If your feet hurt, you're not walking. So those are two kind of basics, and I really can't emphasize those two things enough. So how much do you need to walk? Well, everybody's goals are different and everybody's time constraints are different, but I'm going to say that count on about 10 minutes for every 1,000 steps. That's kind of a good starting place, and go from there. You're going to have to fit it in. Do you know the old saying, if you want to get something done, ask the busiest person you know. Just make it work. Put the time into your day and you will get paid back like crazy. Lots of people ask me, so who started walking first? You or Will? Well, let's just say if this was a chicken and an egg story, we know that I'm the chicken. I started first.
Are you sure you want to go against me? I won the egg run 26 years ago inside of you, so I got an advantage.
And if I can get a gym rat bodybuilder like Will to be an advertisement for walking, then what are you waiting for? Come on, let's go fall in love with walking.